Today I have a very sad chicken. The paws or the legs have been chewed off by a cat a long time ago. I've had this chicken for a while. My mom made this for me, and I have two of them, and I think they are just lovely, lovely chickens, and they're quilted. And this actually gave me the idea of what I wanted to do for the letter Q. I am going to create a log cabin quilt on a 12 by 12, and then I'm going to turn it into tags for a quick make. Let's do it. Hi everyone, my name is Mary Lou, and this is Create Junk Journals with Mary Lou. I am going to set a timer. Some days that is how I roll. I am going to set a timer for 30 minutes. Maybe it wants to work. Timer. 30 minutes. And let's see if I can make a quick make. I have a whole bunch of paper here that I want to cut into 1-inch strips, and then I am going to use them to create the quilt. So I'm just going to grab all the vintage paper, and I just want different kinds of printing, different kinds of paper. I just want it to look interesting and fun. And hopefully this is going to cut a little bit better now. Problem is usually with vintage paper that it doesn't cut very easily on a paper cutter. So I have to be really gentle. And all I'm trying to do is just cut a whole bunch of strips so that it'll be really quick and easy. I have some Chinese paper, and you know, why not? Let's go to the center. I think that would work better than taking it from the side somewhere. I found this at a Rotary book sale once. I was like, meh, mine, because why not? It gives me something different for paper. I have a knitting book. I have two of these, so that's why I don't really have a problem using them. And I'm just going to take, I'll just take this side, because it's just a little bit of different tone to everything. And then I'm just cutting this so that it is a straight line. Turn it upside down and cut some strips with this. The cutting of the strips is going to be what is going to take the longest. Once I start gluing the strips down in the pattern, it'll go super fast. And you can tell I am not putting anything at a horizontal level. I want everything to be all the text to be in one direction, and then it's going to be in different directions when I glue it down onto the paper. I have some really old newspaper with colored images. How cool is that? This is Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. It's a lithograph. And what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this into 1-inch strips as well, because I can. I hope. I hope the paper is going to let me cut it, and it does. Beautiful. So that is going to be the colored strips for the other side. So I have a couple of different kinds, and I just wanted to use this kind of material. I could have gone to digital kits that I have printed before or something like that, and I decided no, I was going to use the newspaper because it'll give it more of a design, and it'll be something that is totally mine. Okay, I have these guys, so let's do those for a second pattern. I'm not sure. Let's see who they are. Does it say underneath who this is? No, I think it's just a story. So what I'll do is I'll just cut that off, and then I can cut the bottom off, trying to get it to be semi-straight. And this is crappy paper again. It doesn't want to do what I want it to do. So I'm just going to cut it like this. Just like that. Turn it into 1-inch strips. Because it doesn't mind if you go with the grain, it just doesn't like when you're going against the grain. There. And then I have one more here. And I'll do the same thing. I'll see if I can cut her right along without having it split into. I'm going to take it upside down like this and just cut a few 1-inch strips. So it's definitely not a complicated project, just tedious with all the cutting that you have to do. I need a center. What do I want to use for a center? You know what? I have these that I made a little while ago, and I think I want to take one of these, probably the purple, or, well, there's a lot of green. Let's use a green one, and I'll just cut a square out of that. So I want a 1.5 by, let's make it a 2. Let's make it a 2 by 2 square. Oops, by 2. Just making sure that it is really straight. Sure is. Okay, I can put this away. And I can grab my 12 by 12. And all I'm going to do is take my strips of paper and stick them to my 12 by 12. I am going to grab my glue stick, and I'm just going to put a strip of glue right along the bottom, making sure that you get the corners. And there we go. And just making sure that it lines up perfectly. And And I need my scissors, and I'm just going to cut them off right there. So then I need another strip like this to go this way. So all I'm doing again is putting some glue on here, just like that. Glue right along the edge. And I will take this strip of paper and line it up. All the way up to the top, and I will cut that off at the top again. There we go. And I'm going to grab my bone folder and just going to go across to make sure that it is well attached. On the bottom as well. And I'm just going to turn it around, and I'm going to grab some of this. So I'm just going to put glue right here on the bottom. Making sure you get the corners really well as well. And I'm going to put that. It's not tall enough. That's okay. What I'm going to do, I need to go this way. Let me take this, let me take this strip back off. Darn, it was already attached. Just taking this back off. And let's see, is this tall enough? Nope. So let's take a strip of newspaper. I know I have pieces that are tall enough. This one, for example, is tall enough. So we'll use the chickens. Okay. Line it up to that side, line it up along the edge of the paper, and just stick it down. And turn it around. And then I'm going to grab another piece of chicken. Sounds like I'm eating, doesn't it? And I'm going to cut that piece off. Put the glue on here. Did I need to cut that off? No, I did not. So I'm just going to put this aside and grab a different piece of chicken, because I kind of need this to line up so that it folds back over that side. Or not folds, falls on that side. Oops. So I'm just lining it up, making sure that it is straight everywhere. And there we go. Let's go over it with the bone folder. There we go. And then we're going to do the exact same thing again. So I am going to start with a piece of this, and I am going the other way around. This is still not long enough, but I want to go this. I'm actually going to take a different one, but it needs to be long enough to fit. So I think that might be the most time-consuming part, is trying to find your strips. And that would work so much better if I had cut them properly. But I think I have one here. Yep, that one will fit. So I'm going to put glue, just like that, all the way across. I'm going to just there. There, and I'm going to take the next piece. I'm just going to cut this straight. There, put glue right here on the inside. And we'll stick this down. Do need some glue right there. And we'll just line it up again. Just like that. And make sure that it sits properly in there. There we go. We'll use the bone folder to make sure everything is neatly attached, and it's okay. I know there's blue glue that has that has come out, but that's okay. That will disappear. Turn it around. And I'm going to take a strip of, I think, the Chinese letters. So just put glue right there. Stick this in there, line it all up neatly. And cut that off. And I cut that a little short. Can I fix that? Yes. And just cut another little piece and put it over top of the glue, just like that. Again, by the time all of it is done, you won't even notice. Okay, that's there. And then we'll put some more glue here. Corner right there. And we'll stick this like so. Right there. I think I made a boo-boo on the other one, but that's okay. It's okay. It won't be very noticeable. And then I can just cut this right there. And then we're starting again at this part. down, make sure that it is attached. And then let's see where I put my little 2x2. There it is. So this should fit perfectly in there, and it sure does not. So I am going to attach it right here in the center, and it'll just overlap on everything else, and that is fine. So I'll just glue this up. Like that. Right there. And I will stick this very neatly right in here. And we'll really attach it with the bone folder. Spread it down. Wow. There we go. And once it dries, it'll all fall into place. I'm just going to glue up the little bits and pieces with some wet glue, just to make sure that everything is attached, because it would really, really suck if it didn't. There we go. There is a quilt. I really like it. That was a fun little project. So what I can do now is I can cut this into tags, and that's kind of what my main thing was. I wanted to create the collage, and then I'm going to grab my cutter again, and I want to cut this into tags. So I am going to cut this down to 6 inches. I'm just making sure it's all straight. And you can see the newspaper is still protesting and ripping. And then from here, I am going to cut it. I'm going to cut this off here first. Just like that. And then I can cut it down to 3" by 6" tags. That is my favorite size tag. It's a beautiful size, and how lovely is that? So simple. So one of these collages will give you 8 tags. And who doesn't need a bunch of tags sitting in their stash, right? Like, look at these. They are lovely. I like these because they have a little bit of both, but I do like them all. They are simple. It was a quick, easy project of quilting. So now I'm just going to put them in my stash, and that's where they'll stay until I decide that I want to decorate them or use them, and then I have some beautiful collaged tags in my journal. Put this away, and I'll grab my tag cutter. I have this little thingy, so I'm going to use the bigger size and just cut the corners off. And I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not even checking to see like which way is up or down or anything like that. I am just cutting them. It's very nicely attached, actually. So there is my nice big stash of tags again, just in case I was running low. which I'm not even remotely close. So I have 8 beautiful tags, and that was it. I wanted to create a quilted, quick and easy project. That's what I wanted to do. And I think I succeeded. I did a quilted project, and it was quick and easy. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I think I may have found my mojo. I have taken a week off of creating pretty much anything other than doing the live stream on Friday. And you know, that week was wonderful. You guys didn't even notice because everything had been pre done and pre-posted. But yeah, this was one, a mass make, because I have 8 tags, and 2, it was the quilted quick and easy project for the letter Q. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye!